Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Jen from the Corner PT Studio. You can find me on Facebook at the Corner PT Studio or on the internet at cornerptstudio.com. Today, what I want to talk about are the labels or stories that we tell ourselves, and are they holding you back from healing? So, some common stories that I hear, probably on a daily basis, are my knees are really bad. Because my mother, she had bad knees, and now I have those same bad knees. They must be genetic. Or I have a really bad back, and so I just have to be really cautious about how I move, or I'm going to injure myself. These are just stories. We tell ourselves these things over and over again, and of course we believe it. We don't have a choice. My story used to be that I wasn't a morning person. I believed that for 20 years. I would wake up every single morning and I hate mornings. I hate getting out of bed. I don't want to do it. But I decided I needed to make a change. And so I decided to work on that. And now every day I get up between 5 or 5:30. I allow myself some sleep in on the weekends, but I'm still getting up probably 2 hours earlier than I used to with no problem. I feel good about it. But I was able to change my story. And so I want to challenge you to think about the stories that you tell yourself. Is it that you have degenerative disc disease because somebody saw that on an x-ray and told you that's what you have? Or is your story that you have a knee that is bone on bone and that the only thing that is going to make that knee feel better is if you get a joint replacement? Your story could also be that you have a herniated disc and you need to be very, very careful with your movement. Because any subtle change could really throw that disc will bulge more, and that would be awful. I want you to think about these things carefully because the things that I just mentioned are actually present in people that have no pain. If we take a 50-year-old person and we put that person through an MRI machine, they will not have normal findings. I'm going to tell you a bit of a personal story. Some of you might know this, but a little less than 2 years ago, I had a bit of an accident. I was rock climbing and I did something stupid and fell off the wall. And I dislocated my right elbow and I broke my right elbow also. And I broke my right ankle. So I looked completely ridiculous. I had a boot on and an elbow brace and I was hobbling around. But the point is, when I went to see the physician right after it happened, he looked at my x-ray and he said, look, you might not ever get full motion back in your elbow. But when he said that, my brain immediately said, oh, yes, I will. Trust me, I'm going to get it all back. And then he said, you might end up with some arthritis in your ankle in the end. And I said, no, I won't. But I wouldn't let those two statements define my story of my recovery. But I could do that because I have the background that I have, and I know what it takes to heal properly and to, just to combat that story in my brain, because I can't let my brain limit my ability to use my arm or my ankle. But I know that a lot of my clients, when they're sitting in the physician's office and the physician says, look, here's your problem. It's right here on this x-ray. I can see it. You have X, Y, and Z. They internalize that and that becomes their story. When very likely it's not the whole picture. Because again, we talk about what I just said, where the majority of people do not have normal MRI findings. So we really need to look at the whole picture. So again, what's your label? It might be that you're not a morning person, or it might be that you cannot run, or your label might be something to do with pain. Your label could even be that it is impossible for me to touch my toes. I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but I was talking about that briefly. So you're not a flexible person and you will not be able to touch your toes. So be careful with the story that you tell yourself. If you would like to make some changes, you're open-minded enough for a change, feel free to get in contact with me. I'd love to come up with some ideas of how you could better start to move in the right direction to change the labels that you give yourself. And so if you have any questions, please comment below or shoot me a message on Facebook. Or you can shoot me an email at jennifer@cornerptstudio.com. I really love hearing from you guys. Don't for 1 minute think that you're bothering me with any questions. I look forward to talking to everybody. So I hope you guys have a great day. Until next time, see you later.